The order you watch these in don't really matter, but I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and I'm gonna link the last one at the end. The War Jubi Jinchuriki Climax Sub Arc of the whole War Arc saga. Looks like I made it all the way through the Naruto franchise till this point, and I'll be honest, this was the increment of the series I was looking forward to doing least. Not because I didn't really have any ideas for it, literally the freaking opposite. At last, the cannon fodder and less important ninja are knocked out of this massive war, and we are at the climax of the Shinobi universe. With the members left in the game being Naruto, Sasuke, Orochimaru, the revived Hokage, Obito, Madara, Kakashi, and Guy. Yep, coincidentally, every blasted one of them is a leaf ninja. Coincidence? I think so. Yeah, probably a coincidence. Probably had nothing to do with plot armor. But wait, did I just list the Hokage? How are they revived? I thought they were sealed by a Reaper Death Seal. You know, a seal that can't be broken no matter what. Well, never fear, young Padawan. We know the answer to that one. It's because the Uchiha have the Reaper's Mask, which is a legendary artifact that can undo the seal so Orochimaru can resummon them from the dead. Wait a minute, if Orochimaru knew about this mask thing, why didn't he send the Sound 4 to claim it from the Leaf Village when they got Sasuke? Pretty sure that would have been helpful. I mean, at least I think he wanted to unseal his arms. Wait a second, before we get to that, why is Orochimaru exactly still alive? Well, allow me to honestly describe that. It's because Kabuto was a Horcrux. But all these inconsequential details aside, the Hokage are ready to join the battle, and each of them has a massive trick up their sleeve to take down the enemy. Turns out the first Hokage can control twigs, which makes him, the strongest freaking ninja ever up to this point. Yeah, there's like no rules to this shit. Summoning meteors got nothing on the fucking ends. The second Hokage doesn't really do much, since he's primarily a sensory ninja that wasn't able to sense the difference between Madara and a shadow clone when they tried to bury his corpse. But it does turn out that he invented every freaking jutsu on the face of the planet. Next is the third Hokage, who you've seen fight while he was alive, so he doesn't need to impress us with anything. I mean, literally nothing. The guy waves around a big stick. Ooh, terrifying. And then there's the fourth Hokage, the guy who knows when to use his arsenal of overpowered jutsu. Like, yeah, now is the perfect time to use Perfect Sage Mode for the first time in a battle. But when Obito attacked the village, it was a good time to play it cool, I guess. And he also has a Bijou form stronger than most full Jinchuriki, and so does Naruto. And Sora, from his arc, kind of had a third half too. I may not be a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure you can't have 3 halves of one fox, and each one being stronger than a full Jinchuriki, but what do I know? Math might work differently in Naruto. Orochimaru deems it not worthy to enter this battle simply because he's almost out of his Horcruxes, and there's only so many ways Kishimoto can pull out of his anus that the snake bastard survives. At this point, just to save time and for emphasis, I'll be going a little bit out of chronological order, just to be clear. So yeah, on the bad guy's side, we have Madara and Obito, who were essentially Jubi Jinchuriki juggling for a few dozen episodes. While in the meantime, Madara gets to show off how he can use about 450,000 different jutsu, each one more overpowered than anything any of the Kage can do. Because, he's an Uchiha, which at this point is basically synonymous to he's relevant. I mean, it was ridiculously pleasant watching Guy beat the crap out of Madara for his last few moments of battle, but it just essentially served the purpose of showing off how freaking ridiculously powerful Madara is when he healed himself, and how freaking ridiculously powered Naruto is when he healed Guy from using the Death Gate. In case I need to be more clear, Death Gate kind of means the guy's gonna die. But anyway, protagonists and Uchiha aside, the final relevant ninja that's still around is somehow Kakashi. Probably because he has a Sharingan, and as we know, unless you have Sage of Six Paths Chakra Sage protagonist mode, a Sharingan's the only way at the end of the series to actually do anything. Speaking of Kakashi, remember how in the beginning of Naruto he only had enough chakra to use his lightning blade like 4 times a day? Remember how in the beginning of Naruto Shippuden he only had the ability to use Kamui twice a day but trained it to be able to use it 4 times a day? Remember how if he would reach that limit he was completely incapacitated in the hospital for large periods of time? Me neither, because he was freaking spamming both of those attacks after a full day of fighting the 7 Swordmen of the Mist when he was fighting against Madara and Obito.
Best alias in existence, by the way.
Just wait for the Kaguya sub-arc where he got his perfect Susanoo. That was cool, I guess. But more on that later. In any case, at this point, Kakashi is a veritable beast and can warp shiz away with literally the blink of an eye. Kinda makes you wonder why he didn't decide to Kamui the crap out of Kakuzu. 5 hearts sealed away in another dimension ain't too much of a threat. In any case, he's lucky AF that he got this power boost, because when he squared off against Obito, who apparently completely forgot he had the Rinnegan powers for the entire war arc, in one of the most epic battles of the entire entire series, they were about equally powerful. But hey, that makes no sense. Why is Obito weaker now than when he was freaking 15? And he fucked the Leaf Village so bad I thought I was watching hentai. Well, the answer to that question is one simple sentence that completely ruined his epic battle, at least for me. He wasn't really trying.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
What is this weak ass shit? Am I freaking subscribed to Drama Alert or something? What a funny coincidence, by the way, because that's a perfect segue to my next metaphor to explain to all of you that are watching this video but haven't necessarily finished Naruto exactly what's transpired. You see, Team Sharingan was essentially Team 10 and the Jake Paulers. The Jake Paulers were the White Zetsus, and Team 10 got their creepy evil air, their neighbors aren't huge fans of them, and the secret behind all of their different wacky eyeballs, ridiculous clothes, and dumb-ass looking weapons, I'm talking to you, Madara, was all just to sell more merch. And on the Leaf Ninja side, we have the Low Gang. The Low Gang being made up of all the useless Chunin, with the core Low Gang being our protagonists. Their similarities are, they are beloved by every 15-year-old. Everyone in Japan loves and respects the crap out of them. And they also have 16 secret Final Forms for the purpose of selling more merch.
LoganPaul.com/shop!
Then they fight, even though neither the good guy nor bad guy really has any reason to cause this whole battle, because their relevancy skyrockets. And now you buy everyone's merch. In any case, feel free to check out my ultimate Naruto theory after this, where I actually explain proper motivation and drive to every character, unlike this you let Rin die bullshit that's happening now. Not that Kishimoto necessarily had that in mind, but whatever. You're welcome for fixing your series, you goddamn genius. Many really cool yet impossible attacks later, like for example, Limbo, that can only be used as a 10-tailed Jinchuriki, but Madara used it on the tailed beast anyway before he was a Jinchuriki. Or Kakashi's Kamui, that unlike Obito's can only teleport what he's looking at, as opposed to teleporting himself, but Madara used it to teleport himself after he stole it. Or how Obito can't use the Kamui as the Jubi Jinchuriki, but Madara could. Yeah, this Madara guy is basically OP to the point that aside from dropping meteors, breaking out mega, ultra perfect, super Susanos, the guy literally warps the fabric of reality around him to the point that even though he's a villain, he has plot armor. Now that's some Monica level fourth wall busting antagonism over there. How could the good guys prevail? With plot armor finally equal on both sides of the battlefield, they stand no chance. Find out in the next episode of Honest Descriptions. Okay, fine, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't make this war arc a 3-parter even though it was kinda tempting. But the answer to that question is because Madara did not have Naruto's talk no jutsu. You know that thing he pulled out of his anus to beat pain and then perfected it against Obito? Well, the plan was to use it against Madara too and finish the series there with everyone living happily ever after. But that plan was ruined by the meddling Zetsu, the dumbest backstab in anime history. That turned out to essentially be,
Haha! You know how you thought you were controlling me? Well, in fact, it was I that was controlling you. Not only you, but the entire events of not only the whole series, but all of ninja history, 'cause I'm cool.
yeah, that was accurate voice acting. And seriously, guys, I implore you, please check out the ultimate Naruto theory after this. I mean, I take huge pride and pleasure in making fun of Kishimoto, but that does not mean I can't occasionally fix his shit. Then, Madara turns into Kaguya, because that makes sense. And that brings us to the Kaguya Sub Art. A lot of people had mixed feelings toward this arc, but personally, I think I'm the only one that really appreciates it for what it is. It's just a simple game of, at the drop of a dime, let's add as many bullshit plot points as we possibly can, because that way, the series will end up longer. Bonus points if they're extra far-fetched, but manage to somehow tie into the plot, and double bonus points if it retroactively screws over past Naruto moments. Got it? Go! Okay, so it turns out everything that ever happened in the course of history was manipulated by Black Zetsu, so all those awesome characters and developments that happened, nah, all Zetsu. But seriously guys, last time I'm begging you for this, but please check out my ultimate Naruto theory after we're done here. You won't regret it. Next, let's take a Naruto villain like Madara. Then not only was he hyped for the entire series since the original Naruto vs Sasuke battle, not only did he have the ultimate evil master plan that can't really be trumped, not only do we actually see how he got to this point through his actions of the last several hundred episodes and several hundred years, but my boy Swagkage was having such a great time blowing the bastard. Well, let's screw that up by, okay, so first, let's have this inconsequential background guy like Zetsu shove a black gear up his ass to essentially force him to evil digivolve into Kaguya. Okay, so we managed to get rid of a guy like Madara properly, that was nicely done, and his ideals were basically, let's end the world, so we have to give Kaguya some sort of crazy ideal to trump that. How about make her ideals, let's end the world? Yeah, that's solid. It's a fair trade-off. But you're probably wondering, why would she want to do that? Because, I mean, at least Madara had some kind of retarded explanation for why he was doing that. But, what's her philosophy? Well, you see, she's like an alien. Well, what are you waiting for? That's her philosophy. And, remember all those cool jutsus in early Naruto that were, like, really awesome? Like the water dragon jutsu and all this stuff every single kid used as their escapist fantasy? Yeah, so this, retarded alien bitch, like, she can control space and time and stuff, like, at will. I don't know, we just needed to give her something a little more ridiculously overpowered than Jubi Madara, and, this is what we thought of. But, yeah, the true purpose of the whole Kaguya reveal is pretty much, yay! Now we're gonna have something to do in Boruto! Because we all want to see masters of stealth and strategy like ninja fight against, essentially, alien Dragon Ball characters, where presumably Kaguya is probably gonna be, like, the weakest one of them, because if she's the strongest, you can't really make it continue, can ya? But don't worry, because, at least Obito came back from the afterlife, give Kakashi Mangekyo Sharingan Ultra Susanoo bastard for this fight, and then for whatever reason decided to take them back after they were done. Yeah, that was spot on writing, I think. But after that veritable goddess level alien Big Mom, Kaguya was finally beaten by 4 schnooks, and the world was finally safe, you know, where the villains were all defeated and the ninja universe was finally united as one. At last, we have reached an age of peace. The next sub-arc is the Naruto versus Sasuke sub-arc, where they decided, let's send our brilliantly written character Sasuke to Naruto, and he can be like, hey bro, let's fight to the death. To which Naruto, of course, will aptly reply, bitchin'. And then they fight for, like, no reason. I mean, I could get behind Obito's bullcrap, you let Rin die motivation better than I could get behind these assholes getting into a death match using every weapon in each of their arsenals, where, according to Double 4 Anime, if Sasuke would have had the curse mark, he would have won. But since Double 4 Anime has too many videos of himself screaming naked while wearing an alpaca scarf, it kind of takes away from his opinion-making prowess. But in any case, they fight, proving that they deserve to win the Naruto versus Ichigo death battle, despite what Seth the programmer feels like saying, and how they luckily have pretty much equal powers, just like last time. Not necessarily equal in strength, but equal like they used to do Rasengan versus Chidori, which are both essentially a different twist on the same style melee kunai replacement jutsu, but now each of them developed Megazord powers, each armed with their individual take on a nuclear Kamehameha laser cannon launcher blast that can both cancel each other out. The major difference between this fight and the one at the end of the original Naruto was, back then I actually cared about their emotions and motivations. Yeah, that's the major difference. That and just the pure scale of their fight. But finally, this massive clash winds down to 2 tired-ass ninjas slowly bitch-slapping each other for like 10 minutes, where if any of them would have a kunai, he would have kinda won the fight. Let that be a lesson to you kids. Always carry a kunai, because even though for the most part, you know, kunais are completely useless items in the Naruto franchise, just used so that the target could look all cool blocking or dodging it, it would have won this fight, and it would have also won the Sasuke versus Deidara fight. I'm not gonna spoil my next honest descriptions on the Konoha 11, but damn, are you gonna love what I have to say about kunai there? Because it's like a weapon that everyone always uses when it does nothing, but when it would be useful, they kinda disappear. But in any case, I'm getting ahead of myself, because this borderline pointless fight ends wonderfully with each of the amazing ninja we knew since childhood lost an arm. But before you say how it seems like a waste, think again, because now they have wood-style arms thanks to Hashirama cells, the answer to every question in the goddamn franchise. Unless you're the 4th Raikage, in which case, fuck replacing your arm. But I'll be honest, the reason why he didn't get his arm replaced was kind of fair payback for saying an awfully cringy line to Darui a few hundred episodes before. And now the epilogue. A proper honest descriptions of this epilogue is all the ships sailed, but I do have the intention to do an honest description of all those ships individually. So this is the end as far as honestly describing the Naruto story. It took a while to put together, and I appreciate all the support from all you guys. And aside from this large scale honest descriptions, I'm working on an honest description of the Konoha 11, every Hokage, every Kage of course, including Swag Kage, every ship, every filler arc, and I already have an honest description of every Akatsuki member out, which I will link at the end of the video. I'm not saying these videos are all going to be coming out one right after the other, because I have about 2 billion other projects I'm working on at this point, but definitely feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed and want more, as well as like the video. Also, feel free to comment as to what other videos you want me to make, whether it's on Naruto, on anything, on honest descriptions you want to see me do on other series. I'm currently working on the back burner on 7 Deadly Sins, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Piece, Bleach, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Fairy Tail, so hopefully these honest descriptions will have a long lifespan. I'd love to hear what your preference is as far as future content, and I try to reply especially to the early comments so feel free to turn on that notification bell. Huge thanks to Meadow Edits for editing this video. I really appreciate, and I hope we can work more together in the future. Also, I linked his channel in the description, and if any of you would like to edit any of my videos, it would be greatly appreciated as far as outputting more content, especially because at this point in time, my channel is not a full-time job at its size, but I appreciate all the support you guys give me. I don't have an up and running Patreon yet, and I'm gonna kind of try to hold that off until I more need it, but a PayPal link is in the description. If you'd like to directly donate, that would be awesome too, and a huge help. My email's nuxtaku@gmail.com. My Twitter is @nux_taku. I'd love to see all of you in both of those places. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a most wonderful evening, and I'm gonna breathe a massive sigh of relief for finally finishing the Honest Descriptions on the Naruto narrative. It was harder than anticipated, but worth every minute.